So the term snow bunny has been chronically misused as of late. And the funny part is the people who are misusing it legitimately do not care that they're misusing it. Just in case you don't know, snow bunny, traditionally the term has meant a white woman that pursues black men. Now, not just pursuing black men in a, oh, like, this just happened to be a black man that I'm attracted to way, in a fetishizing way, in a I want mixed babies kind of way, in a, oh, I want them to take me to the dark side. That's actually a real thing someone said to me before. They said, I want you to take me to the dark side, in that kind of way. I want two black meats in me at once kind of way. Someone also said that to me in real life. In a Iggy Azalea way, a pre-Pete Davidson Kim Kardashian way, a pre-Timothy Chalamet Kylie Jenner way, kind of just as like a Kardashian Jenner like as a whole way, in a I listen to King Von way, but I'm a white woman. I listen to Lil Durk way and I'm a white woman. Yeah, see, those are, here's the thing. I hate gatekeeping artists based on, oh, you're this race, why are you listening to them? But if you're a white woman, you have no business listening to King Von. And the reason that's a problem is because I don't even listen to King Von. That's my thing. I'm like, if I'm personally not a fan of like King Von or Lil Durk or Lil Baby's music, there is no reason that you, a white woman from, some suburban neighborhood, should like that music. Things, those dudes, like those hood dudes, they're like, oh, like I relate to it. Like, oh, this is who I am. Like like I'm listening to it and I feel like it's me. It's like, okay, that's fine. The music's still bad, but like, okay, fine. Like if you relate to it, you relate to it. But it's like, what's the saving grace for white women? Like Rebecca, why are you listening to Pooh Shiesty? Like what business do you have with him? It's just hard because I truly do not believe in gatekeeping music based off race. However, I understand certain musics are meant to depict a certain kind of experience. Okay, that's why I think it's funny. Lauryn Hill said she didn't want white people listening to her music. I feel like that's the kind of music where it's like acceptable if white people do listen to it. Because I hate to be this guy, but there's more artistry to it. You know what I mean? Like there's more artistry to a Kendrick Lamar even. There's more artistry to even a Playboy Cardi, I feel. Because here's the thing. Again, Lil Durk, King Von, those kinds of guys, it's like, oh, I'm a thug. I'm going to take your life. I'm dangerous. I feel like they don't really provide anything else. You know what I mean? I feel like people who listen to those artists just want to hear them like rap about guns, harming people, selling substances maybe. But the thing is, selling substances can be rapped about very well. You look at Pusha T, Freddie Gibbs, all those coke rappers. You know what I mean? Like I can see someone liking music simply because they relate to it, but like that can't be the only thing. That absolutely cannot be the only thing. Like personally, I don't think I relate to Ariana Grande, but I love her music. I think it's some delicious tune because of the musicality. Okay, but anyways, I feel like personally, certain genres of music don't have a sense of like individualistic musicality other than like, oh yeah, like this is my black experience, like this is how I'm living. So when I see like white people, but like when I see white women like that kind of music, I'm like, oh, like I know you're a chocolate chaser, and when I tell you they are every time. Wait. Sorry, I thought I paused. Without fail. Like I've yet to see. Oh, dang, that was a line I wanted to get to earlier. Okay, so basically, they think Snow Bunny now just means white woman, apparently. Or blonde white woman, maybe. I don't know. And here's my thing. I've been saying chocolate chaser instead of Snow Bunny for years because I knew this was coming. I knew Snow Bunny wasn't specific enough. So it's like chocolate chaser. Everyone knows what it means, okay? The white people, they're not going to get confused and misuse this. And when I used it, like, everyone's like, oh, haha, that's like a funny way. I'm like, no. It's not just funny terminology. Like, this is absolutely what we should use. Because here's the real thing. Like, this is a very serious thing. I knew an Asian woman, okay, Korean, referred to herself as a snow bunny. Absolutely did. You know why? Because she was a chocolate chaser. However, I saw the vision. I was like, okay, if she's going to refer to herself as a snow bunny, years from now, what are people going to start saying? Like, people aren't getting the picture, and that's the problem. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, like, when she called herself a snow bunny, did you correct her? No, I didn't. What am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like, it's one person, and at the time, me and her were kind of like seeing each other. And you know what's crazy? The thing is, at the time, I've always been against chocolate chasers. Always been against those types. But when I tell you, early in my career, I could not, early in my romantic career is what I'm referring to, I could not avoid chocolate chasers to save my life, bro. They would find me, and I don't know why. And it would be so weird to me because it's like their exes wouldn't just be like, like me, like a normal kind of black guy. Like they would be like, they would be the dangerous black men. You know what I mean? Like that, and those are the worst kinds of chocolate chasers because then they want you to like join in on the danger because they want you to be more like, this caricature of a black man. But no, it's like actually crazy to me how I couldn't avoid them to save my life. But then that was at a time where I was kind of new to being handsome. I was like, look, bro, if I'm getting fetishized, I might as well indulge, might as well involve myself with it. But the thing is, it's hard to avoid sometimes. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, nowadays people know it's a bad thing to be a chocolate chaser. Like most white women or just women, non-black women, aren't gonna be like, "Hey, I exclusively date black men." Like they're not gonna say that to you. You know why? Because they know that's ick. They know that's like a weird thing to say. Instead, they'll say things like, they kind of caught on that they can't say this anymore. But like, "Oh, I would never be with a white man. I could never be with a white man." That's a red flag. Okay, that's you got to watch out for that. And look, here's the thing. The question is, why not? Okay, now mind you, I don't mean why not in the sense where like some people are like, "Oh well, your dad's white. You have white brothers, you have white family members, blah, blah, blah." And that's one thing I hate. Okay, like when there's like a black guy, for instance, and he says he doesn't date black women, which mind you, I think is weird. Okay, I think refusing to date your own race, no matter what race that is weird. But when people are like, "Oh, but your mom's black, your sisters are black," he's not dating his family. Like I hate when people bring up family members like in terms of dating. Like, no, it's the same way some people are like, "Oh, I only want a man like this because my dad used to blah 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 blah. Oh, well, my mom raised me like blah blah blah, so I want a woman to blah blah blah." Like, no, you shouldn't be talking about your romantic partner and your parent in the same sentence. That's very gross. It's very nasty. So, anyways, that's not how I asked the question of like, "Oh yeah, like why not white dudes?" I mean, why not white dudes? As in, what is it that you're attracted to that like white men can never meet? And I remember this one white woman. She told me, she was like, "I just like things that are the opposite of me." And I'm like, bro, that's got to be one of the most creative ways to tell me that you only date black men that I've ever heard. And the thing, she tried to play it off as like, just, "Oh, I mean, like, I'm like super feminine, and da 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 da." And I'm like, bro, you're saying you want something the opposite of you. You're super feminine. I have fucking hoop earrings in. Like, what are we talking about? Now, mind you, I understand. Now, people harass me all the time about this. I understand earrings don't make me the most feminine person in the world, but clearly, like, if you're looking for, like, the manliest of men, I'm not your guy. But no, people slander me about that. They're like, "Oh, like, he thinks he's feminine just because he has earrings and blah, 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 blah." I'm telling you, I was a Division I athlete, okay? And I've been dropping this a lot more lately than I used to. I usually don't like talking about it, but here's the thing. I was a Division I athlete. I've seen masculine men. I've seen these men in action, and I can tell you that I'm not like these men. If you want a man who's not gonna cry like all the time, I'm not your guy. Okay, you want a man who's gonna be comfortable with the entire wedding like being about you, not the guy. Like, not gonna lie, like I've been thinking about this. I think for my wedding, I gotta come out second. I gotta be on the main event, really. Like, I think my fit is gonna be more impressive than the wedding dress. 'Cause I feel like the wedding dress, everyone knows what to expect. Okay, just some white garments. Like we've all seen it. Okay, but then I pull up in my fit, please. You know what I mean. But do you see what I mean, though? Like if you want a traditional man who's traditionally masculine, I'm simply not that guy. Regardless of how feminine or not feminine you think my earrings make me, you know, you know what I'm saying. At the very least, I'm not very masculine. Okay, not the most masculine. So for her to be like, "Oh, I just like people that are the opposite of me," and then me like, I'm like, what does that mean? And it's like, "Oh, like I just mean I'm like super feminine, da da." Like, no, you mean you want black men, absolutely. A trick I've stumbled upon more recently though, I've seen, is they'll name like one white guy, like one celebrity white guy. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm trying to think, maybe like since 2 years ago, like I've just been straight up asking people. I'm like, are you attracted to white men? Are you a chocolate chaser? Because I don't want to deal with that anymore. But what they'll do sometimes is they'll name like one white man. Like it'll be one white guy who they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy's like, I think he's very attractive," to kind of get you lower your guard down. But then their entire track record is just black men. It's just weird, bro. Makes me uncomfortable. Don't like it whatsoever. I feel like a lot of white people don't understand why it's weird. But I mean, I guess that's why you're white. Especially if you look at historically, especially specifically black men, how they've been viewed like sexually. Like I feel like you would understand why it's weird to have people fawn over you like that. I remember one time someone commented on one of my TikToks where I was talking about, fetishization. And they're like, "Oh, but if a black guy said that he just wanted to date white people, no one would have a problem with that." And I'm like, bro, do you know any black people in real life? Like, black people will disown you if you date a white person. Like, that's one of like the biggest things. You know how I told you black culture was like 50% gatekeeping, 50% suffering? Wait, no, I didn't say that here. I said that on TikTok. But no, like black culture, a lot of it's simply just gatekeeping. Even gatekeeping ourselves from doing certain things. So if you're a black man or even a black woman, I feel like to a lesser degree though, and you date a white person, please. Please, bro, you're so kicked off the team. Okay, and actually, here's the thing about chocolate chasers slash snow bunnies that initially really turned me off from them. I realized chocolate chasers, they'll date like any black guy. It does not matter how bro looks. Like I've seen like pretty decent looking white women date some very unattractive black men because those black men were black. You can ask me like, oh, how do you know? How do you know? Trust me, I know that's why. So it's like, why? And I mention this all the time. Why would you want to be amongst the ranks of like an uggo? You know what I mean? Like this person dates an uggo. Like you don't want to be, oh, like that. You don't want to be the next in line. And I know you would think, and this is how it should be. You would think like, oh, you know, if you're just a certain amount of attractiveness, it shouldn't matter. No, it actually does. Like when I tell you, people actively, if they see you with someone, for one, if you date an ugly person, it makes you look more ugly. That's why you should never date ugly people. Two, if you're with someone who's dated ugly people, it also makes you more ugly. It's completely unwinnable. You have to be very careful about who you date. I remember one time, bro, I was at this party. There was this girl. Man, bro, I was at this function, and this girl, like, she was like coming on to me, you know, and like everyone was like someone like side eyed me, and I was like, okay, like what's going on here? Basically, they explained it to me later, but me and her, we went to her crib, you know, and then afterwards they're like, bro, like she's just going for anybody. I was like, what? I didn't know, because the thing is, she was good looking young lady, but she was a Lucy just going for everybody. So then everyone kind of like looked down on me, but I was like, how come nobody told me? Like, why don't you, literally nobody told me that? Like, pull me aside, tell me. Like, bro, like that's how you know, bro. At Penn State, bro, they just didn't rock with me, bro. They never, like, people, like, when I was on the team, nobody rocked with me, bro. They wanted me to flounder all the time. Literally, same thing. They would see me, I'd be, like, obliterated, like, completely drunk, right? Like, hardly able to see. I'd be with someone ugly. No one's pulling me aside being like, hey, bro, you got to get out of there. Like, bro, protect me. Protect me. Bro, it grinds my gear. But you know what I mean. So it's like, that's the primary reason to avoid chocolate chasers. However, there are more, like, you know, if you want to get political with it, you can, but like, avoid dating people who've dated ugly people for sure. Like, again, you don't want to just be another black guy. You want to be the black guy. Or, you know, if you're not black, you want to be the guy, essentially. Yeah, but anyways, I gotta wrap this up. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm having this problem where I'm going to sleep at what I feel like is a good time, and then I wake up extremely late every time. So then I have to record a video really late, so I have to think of a topic just off the top of my head and then yap about it for a bit. But, you know, as long as I'm getting the daily uploads, I'm relatively cool, but I definitely want more time to put out like more like focused content, and maybe not even focused, just longer. I love the longer videos. You guys like the longer videos, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be working on that. I don't know if it's gonna be perfect, but trust me, I'm gonna be working on it. We're gonna get there eventually. And also, I have a bunch of other videos that I'm working on that are just taking a longer time, that they're probably gonna be like, again, I think I mentioned it, one's gonna be like 3 hours, others probably gonna be like 6 hours, which you might be into. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, like it's 4 p.m. right now. I'm already late to posting. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, everything I have to say. I'm so sorry, and I love you. Okay, have a great day, night, evening, morning.